Okay, fourth position. Don't tell me there's a Jessica in the row. Okay, there's not. Cool. Replacement Eyes is a pretty awesome card. There's no good Armand targets, which is unfortunate because Armand is available. Um, Techs are pretty blah. I mean, Replacement Eyes is the goal. It just depends on like who is gonna try to get them. Firm Grip is a better card, but we don't care about that. I literally just played Ilbon, so it shouldn't be Ilbon. Yuna's not good in fourth, so I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be. If we go Armand, Wealth Mintat, we're probably fine. Yeah, there's not a good ring target, but maybe somebody blows the row up, or maybe we don't draw a ring round one. It's not a big deal. Armand is more than his ring. Seeing an Ariana in the pool is kind of cool. Somebody picked her in third position. Obviously, Baron goes first here, but maybe not. Maybe we're lucky and we see a no Baron game. Baron was the obvious pick for me in fourth, but I just don't. I don't want to do that. Yeah, and he goes Baron. So it is what it is. But it's actually okay to block a first position Baron because like he's gonna go either Hardy or Fold Space. But next round, we're going to have 3 people that can block him on those spaces. So it's not that bad. Double Daggers is not good for Persuasion, especially with no Convincings and a Signet Ring. It's not what we wanted. But we could pick up like a Liaison. It's not the end of the world. And I'm thinking we Melf Wintat. I think we Melf Wintat, guys. Let's see what Ilbon does though, because Ilbon could go Wealth. He shouldn't. He should go Smuggling, especially if he has his ring. But you never know. Yeah. Okay. Smuggling. Now, did he ring Smuggling? No. Experimentation. So we're clear to Mintat. I don't think Ariana's going Wealth here. We could also Hardy Warriors, but if we Hardy Warriors now, we can't block Hardy Warriors next round. And honestly, I think I like second place more than first. So the goal, I think, here is Wealth Mintat plus a city space. Or if we draw into Seek Allies, still suits. And then by playing the Signet Ring third action, we allow the row to potentially churn into some good Armand Ecaz targets. Because at that point, 3 other people will have churned the row. Probably the Firm Grip will be gone. And it may get blown up, who knows. Baron goes for round 1 Artillery, reveals a flagship. Or was it Spaceport that he revealed? Okay, so the city option is no longer going to be there. Ilbon does have his ring, so he's most likely going to be the first person to Swordmaster. It would be unusual if he didn't. Maybe if he doesn't draw into any yellow next round, but we shouldn't count on that. We should assume that he's got it. Especially if he ends up winning the combat. Now, it looks like nobody is going Hardy. Maybe Ariana would do it, but that doesn't make any sense at this rate, so she's going to do something else. Okay, we drew the Seek Allies. So we're not going to be able to get... we're not going to be able to get the replacement eyes. And unless they pull over something unusual, we're probably... Well, the problem is if we play Seek Allies, we're not going to be able to trash a dagger. And that could be fine. Okay, so Baron just picked up the Sauerkraut, which means that he does have potentially an artillery engine going. But yeah, we just don't have persuasion in this hand. All of our persuasion's in the next hand. So unless again they flip a good Armand Ecaz target, we are probably just going to play the Seek Allies. I don't love that. I don't love that, but you know, I mean, we're not going to be able to get a good card either way, most likely. Yeah, losing the trash hurts. It does, but sometimes you don't have a choice. So do we go Hardy Warriors here? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I think we just want to get second in the combat, which shouldn't be too hard to do. Elbon's only at 3. You know, 2 troops on still suits gets us what we want. You could argue in favor of only doing 1 troop on still suits, to be honest. Why don't we just pick up a liaison here? There's a Kwisatz in the row. No reason to beat around the bush. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. I was trying to get second in the combat, not win the combat. That actually kind of screws us up, because we had a Conspire wrapped to Swordmaster. Now, we kind of don't. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, as long as Ilbon drew both yellow and green, we weren't getting Swordmaster this round anyway. Alright, well, we're going to get coordination this time because we have absolutely no faction in hand. If we research station, we're not getting Kwisatz unless we like high roll into the liaison, right? We got down to 5 by playing the reconnaissance. So we play the reconnaissance, we got down to 5. We're at 7 if we pick up the liaison, and then at that point we can tech negotiation for what we're looking for. So I'm supposed to block Baron here, but I don't have the faction. I thought somebody would block Hardy Warriors, but it didn't happen. Okay. Well, we can early reveal for it. The problem is if we go tech negotiation, they're going to know what we're up to. And then maybe we see the rogue get blown up. But I really hate to miss coordination twice now. If you've got a Kwisatz, you need to be trashing. It's risky, right? So, I mean, we've guaranteed got it if we reveal now. And maybe that's what we should just do. I'm going to play greedy. Yeah, I'm going to play greedy. We'll see if anyone detonates. What's Ariana's dagger status? Probably she has daggers. We've got 4 specimens. We could go for the slurp. I think Pheromones is a good Ecaz card. But we actually have to see the space travels and the low-cost stuff for that to make sense. Early reveals at 4. Grabs the firm grip. Okay. What you got, Ariana? 3. Oh, she's gonna blow it up. She's gonna blow it up. She slurps. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whew. How much infiltration do we really need? Well, let's do it. It's a good card. And we should be able to get Swordmaster next round. I don't see Ariana blocking smuggling. And we have 2 different methods to infiltrate Swordmaster. So there's our infiltration. So we just have to hit smuggling and we're okay. Actually, if we hit Imperial Base and Conspire, we're also okay. Because this Kwisatz is a 3rd action. So we don't even need to hit smuggling. And in fact, I actually prefer this route because it gets us a faction bump and it gets us the spice. So let's do it that way. I might blow the row up here to look for a good ring target. She actually did go for the smuggling, so we have to go the more convoluted route here. I would take Water Peddler. Show Strength might be better, though, since we have a graft card. I'll take the Water Peddler. We're Ecaz. At the end of the day, unload cards, pay the bills. Nobody can block Conspire, so we've got the Swordmaster. We do have to be worried about the Web of Power, though. I mean, it is what it is. Somebody's going to get it. It's not going to be me, because I have to take 4 actions this round. Living good. Man can't make up his mind. Taking money or not, buddy? Still, Baron getting his Swordmaster last in round 4 is still pretty good. Replacement Eyes and that. What a beautiful little play. Well, you're not getting the Web of Power either, because you have 3 more agents you gotta play. Unless you're gonna early reveal, but if you're gonna early reveal, what was the point of hitting Mentat? I guess to get the persuasion for the Web of Power. This. Cool. Get a good intrigue card. I always like Conspire. It's a fun, rarely used space that is consistent, pretty decent. Gives you an alternative path to Swordmaster without having to just smuggle over and over again. And the nice thing about Sort Through the Chaos popping up is that we don't have to worry about Ilbon hitting Mentat next round. Yeah, with this Water Peddler, we're just going to make Research Station our best friend. And that'll help us with the Talaxu Infiltrator a little bit. And it'll help us get the Quizets more often. There's a lot of benefits to having the water. If we want to trash, we need spice. If we want to get spice, we have to have water. So, yeah. Seems solid all around. Go ahead and do this. We can take our guy off of Conspire because nobody's going to go there. Okay, please don't have 4 persuasion. I expect that you do, but it'd be nice if you didn't. Oh, he's got quite a bit more than 4. Yeah, Baron's the threat. Oh, he goes for the show strength? What? I mean, I know you've got an artillery, bro, but this is so much better. Okay. Well, if neither of these guys reveal early for it, I will absolutely early reveal for that. Well, it wouldn't be early in Ariana's case. It's just a question of does Ariana have the persuasion. If she doesn't, I can probably still reveal before Ilbon. Okay, yeah, she does. 5. More negotiators. Maybe they'll come up at some point. Techs are pretty expensive, but you never know. We can trash a dagger on reveal. We don't need that anymore. Well, he's definitely building towards these endgame combats. He's got Bashar too. Honestly, he might not be beatable in those combats. Like, this might be a valid strategy for him. This is crazy. Listen this to Mantis, who everybody seems to think is me. He constantly seems to get people saying, "Oh, you must be the YouTuber," and he tells me about it all the time. So there's something amazing here. I'd probably just pick up a Gunthopter. I don't know. When you have cards this good, maybe you don't want a Gunthopter. But we're going to need something if we want to fight Baron in the end game, so I think it might be worth it. You could argue Spiritual Fervor, actually. Spiritual Fervor... it's not that bad. I'm going to go Gunthopter, though. Blows the row up. Here's a card I would have liked to have. But yeah, he's clearly going for like an aggro style strategy, which is concerning. Like, his access is going to be really bad. Like, this doesn't take him anywhere. Like, he draws these 3 cards together, he's going to get kind of screwed. Especially if he has these 3 plus Show of Strength. Like, he's kind of DOA. But we can't guarantee that he's going to flame out like that, you know? Like, he might not ever break his hand. He's got 14 Solari, though, and that's kind of crazy to me. So, this hand's pretty bad. But we knew what it was going to be, so we can't blame it. I think Arakeen is good. We have 2 negotiators. Doesn't get us anywhere. Smuggling is fine, because we need to do it eventually. Ariana's sitting on Highliner Spice, but we don't know if that's what she's going to use it for, especially with the shuttle fleet around. Somebody needs to get onto Guild, because we can't let Baron keep dominating us on that track like this. But I don't have the faction. Well, we can use the Infiltrator to play the experimentation, get a little bit more research going. These 2 to Arakeen is a draw 2, which isn't too bad. It's a decent chance to draw Kwisatz. So thankfully we have the Infiltrator, so we can get into Arakeen, which is one of the reasons why I didn't take that as my first action. And we really ought to probably pick up more faction. We've got Kwisatz and we've got Diplomacy, so we have 2, which is probably fine. But it would definitely help to have more. Trashing the replacement eye is very good. Gives him spice, and he's already trashed 2 daggers, so it's probably fine. Although one of those was from a selective breeding attempt. It only puts 1 troop in, which this early in the round I can see why he would do that. Especially, again, with 1 person sitting at 6. Is she buying the shuttle fleet? No, the spaceport. That's weird. Shuttle fleet's a lot stronger there, I think. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Do this. Let's trash before we draw. That way we don't draw crap. And we're more likely to draw the Kwisatz. Takes us to a 1/3 chance of drawing Kwisatz, which we didn't get, but now that Ariana spent her spice, I'm more comfortable entering the combat, but I still think it's not a good idea, just based on Baron having as much as he's got. Yeah, I don't think we can do it. Sure, we have 1 dagger, but... Well, what's his discard pile look like? All of his stuff is in his discard pile. So let's deploy. We want to play Diplomacy here. Fold Space is good, and Still Suits is good. Hardy Warriors is also okay. I don't want to block Fold Space. I want somebody else to get a Fold Space. But nobody... Like, Ilbun's not even trying on Guild, which is kind of bothering me. Come on, Ariana. You've got the Fold Space, right? Also, what do we think about G manipulation here? I think it's pretty good. And I would totally Mentat to grab it if there were a Mentat to grab. As it stands, we're probably just going to buy it the normal way. Ooh, she slurped Piter. Okay. Cool play, Ariana, but not doing what we need you to do. Yeah. So, I guess I'm the one that has to do it. It just sucks because I'm not winning the combat, so I'm not going to get paid off on it. Whatever. Whatever. I'll bite the bullet. With Kwisatz, you generally want to be at 2 on yield anyway. We have Gunthopter next round, so we want to try to find a way to get more troops. Baron's going to get the combat probably pretty easily, I'm guessing, because he's going to draw back into this stuff. Sure, maybe he draws Diplomacy and Death Commando, but probably he draws into some daggers and stomps us. He actually didn't go for Swordmaster there, which is interesting. And Ilbon with a firm grip is also a contender in the game, too. I just think Ariana's the one that's not really valid here. She's made some really questionable decisions like this spaceport here. The Slurp is cool, but it's not going to be enough. Do we want the Beguiling Pheromones? I still think the answer is no. We do have a full space, so it's not nothing. And that is a way that we could try to fight Baron. Oh, come on, man. This is... You're putting your troops in for nothing. Like, the Baron's still going to beat you. And you're just, like, you're hurting me and Elbon. Okay, we get the G manipulation. Oh, shifting allegiances. Right before Baron's turn. Okay. Okay. Trash out the dagger. I think we just take Reclaim Forces here. Pheromones is cool, but we don't have enough faction to make it good, I don't think. And there isn't really faction in the row either, so for now, we could take troops, honestly. I'll take the Intrigue card from the Scarab. Maybe it helps me win the combat. Nope. No dice. So he's got a combat card. Also, the other problem with blocking me here, Ariana, is like, okay, so great. So now nobody's blocking Baron on your shipping, right? Like we need somebody to block him on there. Although he didn't go for the shifting. He's just purely drafting cards that have daggers on them, so we'll see if it works. Hand's going to be a little awkward. We've got a Peddler we can't play, a Condensing we can't play, a Quizzetz we can't play on our first action, a Gunthopter, and then something else. Poison Snooper will be fine. It'll bail us out a little bit. This combat's going to be determined by Intrigue cards, and I don't have Intrigue cards, so there you go. I shouldn't have deployed. I knew better than to deploy on this combat, and I did it anyway. But the Ariana's just made so many bad decisions. Windfall, okay. Cool, you're tying me up. Awesome. If she has a combat card and wins the combat, and like these guys don't have combat cards, then it'll be a little bit justified. Blows the row up. Ooh, gross. So far, we've trashed 2 daggers, reconnaissance, and a convincing. Interesting choices. I mean, In the Shadows is definitely good. Should put it on top. I could actually see myself wanting a Twisted Mentat here. Too late for it, but... I should have known better. At least Baron didn't get it. Baron didn't get anything. If you don't go up on Guild right now, I'm going to be pretty mad. Cool. Okay. With Quizzetz, that's actually pretty good at stealing alliances. Infiltrator. Interesting. Could use it to send Water Peddler somewhere with Infiltrator. The only problem is if we do that, we don't get the reveal water. Use it to send Convincing somewhere. We'll see how it plays out. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually starting to get a little worried about Elbon. Well, I guess we open with playing Gunthopter, right? Don't really want to do that. I guess... Let's open with Snooper and see what happens. Because most cards we draw could be better to play than the cards that we have. Okay, Ariana goes to Arakeen. Ariana Keen, draw the Manipulation. So Manipulation is a little awkward too, because that's also a card that we want to play later in the round. It's about the last card I wanted to draw here, although we can guarantee that we get to play it after Quiz-Odds. So I think we want to G Manipulation to Mentat. And yeah, we take a bath on the spice, but whatever. Give ourselves early access to Research Station. And also going to min-tap block Silbon. I don't like how well positioned Baron is in this combat. Everyone spent their troops ridiculously on that last combat. Myself included. Next action is Fold Space. Ariana can chase him if she wants, but she's not going to get that. It's not going to happen. But I support her doing it, even if it's pretty ineffective. Okay, well, 8's the number to beat. probably more than that because he's got intrigues. I don't think we go to the top here. I think we go down and up. Techs are fine. A free Snoopers is good. Well, free Snoopers is good. Yeah, free Snoopers is good. Even if we probably don't want to mulligan these cards. It's an intrigue, and we can use it down the road. Go ahead and take our guy off of Fold Space here. I have to take him off of Mentat. No one wants to go to Mentat. Plans and plans. Yeah, plans within plans on a farm grip. This is why we steal intrigues. Well, that makes me a lot more confident. Especially given that other cards in our hand give us faction dumps. So now this is just an intrigue card battle. They're both at 8. Grab the shifting. Snoopers. Solari. Bribery Guild. No, that was wrong. Emperor. Bribery Emperor. Troops. Now we have our Gunthopter. Not that we really need it for anything. But we could play it to Research Station. Would net increase us by 2 persuasion, which isn't that useful. Gets us closer to the Kwisatz again, which is something. Or we could go to Imperial Basin. So right now, this is 5 strength right here. If we go put 2 more in, we'd be at 9. It's only 1 ahead of these guys, so I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. I think it's better just to go to smuggling here. We could deploy for 2 Solari. That seems bad. It seems not worth doing. I think we just get rid of the ring. Like, the reason I chose Emperor over Guild, Firm Grip is worth a lot to Ilbon if he has that alliance. Whereas I don't really care about the Guild alliance. So yellow's the hotness right now. Imperial Basin, Great Flat, Interstellar Shipping, all super valuable spaces. And we have our experimentations, which is good. He wants to fight us. Okay. Your choice. I mean, I have plans within plans. I don't really care that much about the alliance. Certainly, I'd like you not to have it. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Depending on what we draw. If we draw Quizzots, we can just steal it back from him. We'll see what happens. So now we're either getting Basin or Shipping. Shipping it is. I almost think we go to the top here because we can get a flagship from cashing out. Yeah. We can also go selective. Next research gives us a Scarab, which is a point. And it puts us pretty close to having that infiltrator online. At least Baron finally ran out of troops. Okay, just kidding. Didn't take long on that one. Firm grips and discard. Okay. There's a silver lining. I think we want to prepare ourselves for Highliner. I don't know, though. Baron might just win the combat anyway. So it's kind of questionable how much good that does us. So he just chooses to lock that into shifting. Because we have a shifting and he doesn't know if we've got it or not. That's fine. That's a lot of effort from him. I mean, he had to spend 2/3 of his turn and some spice, and also some persuasion, locking that alliance in. And we still get it to count for our plans within plans. It's not good that he's going to get spice must flows off of his firm grip, but it's tolerable. Great Flat's gone. Okay, so we're going to think less about the combat. It's definitely selective breeding now. Shifting, okay. I don't really like seeing another full space here. Yeah, my best cards are in in here, but it's fine. If we play the fold space, maybe we draw Kwisatz. If we don't, we're still in pretty good shape. None of them are bad to draw. Maybe we can get a Spice Must Flow. So where are we playing the fold space to, though? Well, probably Hardy Warriors. Right? I mean, we need the Fremen. We've already got 1 point from P with MP. The only one that we don't have is Fremen. So yeah, I think it's got to be Hardy Warriors. Doesn't seem like anyone's too committed to this combat. Flagship, I'm guessing. Oh, Shuttle Fleet. Interesting. What's a point for him from Fremen? Elbon's kind of taking the lead here. He's protecting himself on BG. He knows I'm gunning for him. I could shifting at Haga Basin and steal an alliance from Ariana. I just don't know that that's the right thing to do. Dreadnoughts. Okay. Get to deploy it if you'd like. Oh. That's cool. Okay, maybe I don't want a Hardy. So then, what do we do? Research Station, I guess? Yeah, I think so, because Research Station will actually give us Kwisatz almost guaranteed. Actually, it is guaranteed. So the top card is Infiltrator. Because we could just go this direction. So where are we Kwisatzing? Could do Interstellar. There's no good tech now that we spent all our spice. Could do Still Suits. Could do Secrets. I think still suits is probably fine. We're gonna need the water. I guess we could still hardy if we really wanted to. Yeah, Water Peddlers Union, hardy warriors. It's not ideal, but it... I mean, I guess it comes down to, like, do we think we're winning the next combat? Right now, we had 5 to what we have now. We're sitting at 9 in the combat. That's not actually enough to win it. We probably win it with Hardy. We're back in the pack now. We're at 7 if no combat victory. I don't like picking up an SMF because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 card deck. But you know, I mean, pick up a liaison, balance it out a little bit. And points are points, so it just is what it is. I honestly think we probably want to trash the Gunthopter. I don't know. I mean, nobody has 6 spice anymore. But that just means Baron's going to win the next combat no matter what. Ooh. Hello. I found something better than Spice Must Flow. Let's make Ilbon sweat a little bit. Demand respect. Okay, well that definitely says to me that I want to deploy a troop. In terms of trashing, I guess, you know, a liaison's better than a convincing. So we trash the convincing. Swap it out with a liaison. We move before Elbon now, so we just get to steal that alliance. We don't have any yellow, but we can use Kwisatz as our yellow if we want to. Any bad intrigue cards we pick up can just be Sonic Snoopered away. Trash piles, reconnaissance, 2 daggers, 2 convincings, water peddler, signet ring, experimentation, 2 filled spaces. Still holding on to our diplomacy, still holding on to one of our experimentations. Now if Ariana does go to secrets here, then we can't steal it immediately. We'd be forced to Mentat. And then Ilbon could steal it back by going to Interstellar. No, he couldn't. He doesn't have any progress. So we'd be fine, even if he does that. Slurps the station. I feel kind of bad just bullying this guy. Okay. So economic positioning is interesting. Probably going to get snoopered. But if we take Solari from the track, it is a point. Well, almost. If we're mint-adding, it's probably not worth doing. So now sitting 2 points ahead with a plans than plans, I think we're pretty confident we're going to win. We're not confident we're going to win the combat, though. So you can think of it like one of my opponents is probably 2 points ahead of where they actually showed right now. Yeah. We may want to prioritize picking up more intrigues so that we can use the snoopers more effectively. I figured he'd probably meant that, although I'm surprised he's doing that with firm grip. He's got the persuasion. Maybe he thinks he can get a single spice must flow without it. Or maybe he just needs a guild bump. Calculates that the single spice must flow is worth 1 point. So is the guild bump, so you might as well take Mentat. Maybe we go back to secrets here. Marginally +2 intrigues. Do I have a path to winning the game this round? I don't think so. If I did, that would be a bad play. We can hold off for now. Infiltrate. That's kind of funny. Not useful. But we can burn it, so maybe we get something useful. So far, I'm a little surprised at how light the combat is for the competition is for the combat. Everyone's garrisons are kind of empty. Ariana's in the lead, but maybe we go ahead of her if we can steal some useful cards. Okay, no, Baron's got it. He's got the ordnance. He's got all his other Baron stuff. He's full committed to the reveal phase. So the question here is it secrets or is it interstellar with Kwisatz? It's one of the two. Interesting play from Elbon. Maybe he wants to protect himself if I just, if I want to do like a shifting. But if I'm going to do shifting, I'm just going to go down an Emperor anyway. No matter what, I think the game does go another round. So our decision should be based on that. Is there anything useful to infiltrate that we can't already infiltrate with Kwisatz? Maybe if Kwisatz draws us into a yellow card, it would help us go to Interstellar or Smuggling. But I think that those spaces are going to be open anyway, or at least one of them will be. Is she going to get the bump from... Okay, cool. Yeah, keep fighting him. Fight the power. You're not going to win the combat. Oh. Other ways. Okay, so that settles the debate. If I had known if their ways was in her hand, Secrets was definitely the play. But I didn't know that, so... Do this. Take the guy off Secrets. Draw the Infiltrator. Call and advance. Pick up Detto or Hollow Projector. Hollow Projector seems like the best here since we can't afford the flagship. Okay. I know I ought to take Fremen, but I like the idea of pressuring Ariana on Guild, and the money helps me with the economic positioning. And I think I'm going to get both plans within plans points anyway. We get an intrigue from Infiltrator. Actually, we don't. We're one research away. Let's see what's Baron got. 13 daggers. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. We do Infiltrator to gene manipulation. The question is where? Could just do Carthag and load it up on more intrigues. What does Arakeen give us? Access to really good cards that we can't play. Sure, maybe I buy a embedded agent. Eh, who cares? Who cares? Yeah, he is getting a Spice Boost flow. Could infiltrate High Council, but I don't see the value there. Okay, you better have good intrigue cards, Ariana. I think it's just going to one of the cities. Maybe it's Siege Tabor. But one water on the margin's not that useful. We kind of need two. Right? Isn't Carthage just better? Oh, I'm already at Carthage. Okay, that's a pretty good reason why I can't do that. I think Arakeen is actively not that helpful. Lady J, Spice, Trash. We don't need our diplomacy per se, but it helps us steal, so I think we want to have it. Trash a liaison. So we want to be in the combat. The question is, like, how much? Right? We're not getting to 15. If we deploy 3, we're at well, the point is we don't get to 15. And we just put one troop in. We might just rebuy that liaison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9's kind of the golden number, but with the Jessica, we run the risk of overdrawing the entire deck. We have enough spice for Highliner next round. I don't know that we have the access. So do we buy Ix Guild? That seems pretty rough. Yeah, it's guild access, but geez. I don't know. It's a 0 persuasion card. So do we go ahead and use the snoopers? Well, I do think that we're probably going to get something out of economic positioning, so I don't think I want to do that just yet. But how many intrigue cards can I get next round? Like, probably not that many. Why not just use it and know what our choices are? Well, because maybe this comes in handy. Like, maybe Highliner gets blocked. Nah, I mean, we have 2 ways to infiltrate. Just dump this thing. Mobilization. Okay, that's not immediately useful, but maybe next round. Do we want to get rid of the Gunthopter? I honestly think we do at this point. With the rapid mobilization, we just don't really need it. The 1 and 9. Stage now. She doesn't have it. But it does make sense for her to do that there. She's giving up an intrigue card, but whatever. Baron's fallen behind far enough that it's not actually the end of the world. Okay, so we have the ability to infiltrate. And the taller projectors means that we can get the other cards that we need without too much trouble. So I think it's experimentation, interstellar shipping, steel, guild. We don't have to hit Highliner with this mobilization, like we've already got the deployment threat. The only problem is economic supremacy is a little bit tight. It's good in the sense that it blocks Baron, but Ilbon's got a lot of resources, so it could be pretty good for him. Maybe I should have gone to Mentat. If he's my competition, I think that was the correct play, is to go to Mentat. Oh well. Maybe I should have set up something with Flagship. I don't know. I feel like I'm far enough ahead, but maybe not. If we shifting down Emperor, up Fremen, we get a water, which we can use for Research Station. We're not going to need it, though. We're going to draw 3 cards off of these 2. That's basically our entire deck. The nicest thing about having plans within plans is knowing that your opponents don't have plans within plans, which limits the variance in the terms of the ways that they can kill you. Baron's going to have a lot of daggers. The real wild card here is the second place point, which could sway the game. Why would you do that? Okay. Okay. To me, that says I'm going to go highliner to lock that in. Or I could just go shifting allegiances to Mentat. That prevents Ilbon from having Mentat. Gives me more agent value. Draws my entire deck. Locks up Guild. Puts me on the knife's edge for the economic positioning, but I'm not going to spend more money, so I think it's fine. It does cost me 2 persuasion, which is not great. So we go down on Guild, actually, and up on Guild. Prevent any funny business. Jessica draws us the remainder of the deck, and we actually end up not being able to draw from the Kwisatz. So there's a chance that we don't want to draw with Jessica. We want to reveal with Jessica for SMF. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Okay. 1 urination later, what happened? Ilbon went to Arakeen by the looks of it. I'm not worried about it. No in-game points on these techs. We could Kwisatz to buy the flagship. Just kidding. Shimerki locks the game up for us if we can get it. So we need to go to Fremen. And the only way we can do that is either with Diplomacy, next action, or with Kwisatz now. There's the plans within plans point taken care of. If we go Conspire with Diplomacy, we don't get an SMF, but we do get more troops that we can deploy with rapid mobilization. We've got 3 endgame points. I think we're just fine. I don't think we care what happens at this point. Like, who cares about an SMF? Blocking the hardy warriors from the other players is one of the reasons I did that. We have the resources to just straight up spend our way into those victory points if we win the combat. I don't know that that's going to happen. Right now we have an additional 6. So we're going to 14. Ariana invasion ships there. Flagship. Okay. So Ariana could actually get to 11 this round. If we want an SMF, Jessica draws us the Infiltrator and the Liaison. That's 3 persuasion, so she's persuasion neutral if we go to High Council. But then at that point, we lose the economic positioning. Harvest cells is nothing. Baron looks like he doesn't have the gas. Again, playing Jessica is neutral, but because we can play her to High Council, we still end up having enough Solari for the economic positioning. But it seems like right now Ariana's got us beat in the combat. So maybe we say screw the SMF. G manipulation to Carthag. Just get more intrigues. That technically puts us ahead of her in the combat. Does give us more spice for tiebreaker. Okay, Water of Life is not anything. Unfortunately. Two daggers ahead of her. If she's got anything at all, she'll beat us. No reason to coordinate now, right? Guess we trash our diplomacy so that we say that we did. Pick the liaison back up. Who needs SMFs? Blackmail. Okay. I'm sure she's got a card, but why should I be sure of that? I have 4 cards, I don't have any combat. Why do I think that she has 1 and 2? Any card will get her to where she wants to go. There we go. It would have stopped a lot harder if I had oh my god, the game's not over. Okay, alright, well. I made decisions assuming that the game was over. Baron just left. now Water of Life is a thing, I guess. This is getting kind of goofy. Grand Vision is nothing. All the alliances are settled, so the best thing we can do is just to get an SMF at this point. If we go Jessica, we increase our persuasion by 1. I think it's good enough for me. Well, we can buy Chimurky. Chimurky actually is the most helpful thing we can do. It's just that it puts us at risk of theft, so we can't do it immediately. We have to block off secrets first. Or we could just holler projectors. Doesn't really change anything. Does guarantee that we get the Kwisatz, which I guess is nice. And I know for a fact nobody can infiltrate the space besides... Well, Ariana can do it. She's got a Web of Power in there somewhere, so... I wish that I could spin my cards, but I can't. Yeah, it actually potentially jeopardizes our game if she gets the 25% chance. Chimurky. Yeah. That sucks. I think we still win, but that's annoying. It's going to be a lot closer now. We have basically 1 persuasion that we're allowed to spend and still get an SMF. Is there anything useful we can do with shifting an allegiance? I don't think so. I guess we could go for High Council. Whatever good that does us. This is getting kind of awkward now. Makes us spice to do it. But like, if Ilbon has CTM, we could be in trouble. And him going to 4 is really bad, because it means now Ariana, if she has Web of Power, is definitely going to go to Secrets. But we'll find out. She's got 1 agent action. Probably isn't her best interest to go to Secrets, especially given the chat log and Ilbon basically telling them I got plans within plans. I think she has the option, and that's why she's thinking so hard. Yeah, with a deck this small, Water of Life actually doesn't do anything. It's kind of upsetting. Oh, she has invasion ships. Okay, well, she can go there anyway. Okay, she goes well. We're safe. Gruesome Sacrifice. Okay, that didn't do anything for him. That's a point, right? Yeah, that's just a point. Does he have chum shares? Chum shares could put the game in his favor. But I'm sitting at 14 points. I don't think he can beat that. I just don't think it's possible. Actually, it's more than that, isn't it? It's like 15. It's SMF, Study Melange. Yeah, it's 15. So she had the ability to infiltrate that and chose not to. I think that's a big mistake. Sitting on 9 like that, it's a big mistake. Like, you don't have a plans within plans. So going up on beating G, like, it just doesn't matter. Doing whatever you were trying to do at wealth also doesn't matter. Whatever. You know, I'm not here to chastise her. I'm the beneficiary of her plays, so. Yeah, I think we just reveal. Well, technically we have 1 persuasion that we can spend, but I don't know what good it would do us. I guess we could take more spice. The spice doesn't matter, but bragging rights, right? There's his SMF. He goes to 10. You got your chum shares. Wow. Doesn't have 11 points in 9 rounds. Well, I said SMFs were for dorks, but then I ended up having to get one to end the game. Because if I didn't, this game would probably go to round 10, which is kind of a funny idea, but I'm not interested in that. That's actually crazy that if I don't buy the SMF, the game goes to round 10. Grand Conspiracy, don't care. Plans within plans. Point salad 15. Okay, so the plans within plans didn't change the outcome. You take me down 2 points. I'm still sitting at 13 and win the game. Yeah, it was an awesome game. It was an awesome game. Baron had a genuinely threatening strategy that was pretty interesting. It didn't work out for him. I don't like to play this way, because you just feel like you're losing control of the game when you don't have that economy and you only have that aggressive sort of rush stuff. And two, what Baron's doing here is relying pretty heavily on getting good draws. Um, I believe that if you replay this game, you re-randomize it with a different seed, metaphorically speaking, Baron probably does win a certain number of these games. He probably wins like 40% of them. Um, Maybe that's too high. Maybe it's 30% or something like that. But he wins a considerable number of these games. But not games that go to round 9. And definitely not games that go to round 10. Also kind of funny that he trashes daggers, but it makes sense. Ilbon was the real threatening one, and the fact that I stole 2 alliances from him is what killed him. Did I steal 2 alliances from him? Yeah, I stole BG and Guild. I stole Emperor briefly. Technically I stole 3 alliances from him, but one of them wasn't very long lasting, so really it's more like 2. Yeah, it was a good game. Kwisatz round 2 is an awesome thing to have. Sometimes you can make that gamble on a research station. Our round 1 persuasion was just so bad. We drew both daggers, and we drew seek allies and things like that, and didn't get any convincings, which did open the possibility of a round 2 Kwisatz, which doesn't happen very often. But it can. Research station and tech negotiation will do it. And you can see here we trashed a lot of cards. We went through. If there are any cards remaining from our original deck, yes, experimentation. So we didn't fully metamorph, but here is our final deck. All right. Well, anyway, you can imagine how drawing this every round might be pretty good. I'll see you guys later.